was age 11 when Sandspit was my first shift, I guess. So my older brother Peter was a supervisor at the Sandspit, and in mid-August in 1990, they had I guess a purge of employees. There was about 13 people that were let go mid-season due to some problems, and my brother came home and told my parents that he figured he'd have to take me to work the next morning to get things open. And they agreed that as long as I was under their supervision and everything else that I could go. So the next day I was off to Sandspit to work in the mini golf hut. I was excited to go to my first day of work when I was 11, and 25 years later I'm still excited to go every day, and that's how I know it's what's right for me. In February of 2005, I had accepted the job in Vancouver, and almost immediately after we were contacted by a Charlottetown accountant about a business opportunity. And that's when the first seeds of doubt were started to be planted, because I was sitting there thinking, will I stay for this, or am I going to Vancouver? You know, I've got a lot on the line here. And that one didn't pan out. So I went over to Halifax and was doing my bar course, and in early April I got a phone call from Larry Dunville saying, you know, are you sitting down? And you know, my mind immediately went to the worst. Is he sick? Is his wife sick? Is something happened to the parks? Was there a fire? I don't know. And he said, you know, Rainbow Valley closed, or Rainbow Valley sold. And I was very frustrated because we had been trying and didn't get anywhere. And he said, well, you haven't let me finish. And I said, well, no, I didn't let you finish. He said, and it's closing. I said, well, that makes no sense at all. And I kind of, you know, said, okay, I gotta, you know, I went for a walk around Halifax and called him back later, and immediately we were already lining up what pieces of land would be available in Cavendish. You know, that's when things started to really change. So I had to go back and finish a few weeks out at the law firm till May 20th. But we were in full steam ahead trying to build this park, but with no guarantees anything was going to happen. Vancouver was waiting. It was September 1st I was supposed to go out there. It was a very good position, a very attractive salary package, and it was, you know, wearing suits, skyscrapers, car dealerships are calling you, you know, you're looking at condos, you're doing all that. It's just like on TV, you know, it was pretty good. And so I had a lot riding on making sure that those first shovels went in the ground in the middle of October, but it was a long haul from the middle of April until the middle of October. And then we still had to get a park built in 8 months, 36 acres, which had never been done before.
I've got to ask you, were you scared?
I think I was too busy to be scared. From October 14th, I mean, we're going full out, and we made, you know, really good progress before Christmas, and then, you know, we figured weather's coming, we're probably not going to get much done. We're going to spend the winter ramping up to get a big crew on in the spring, because I've told everyone I'm going to be open July 1st, and I don't miss deadlines.
You could have been in a high-rise condo in Vancouver, in your three-piece suit, getting ready to go to the office.
Yep.
Instead, where was Matt Jelley?
Matt Jelley was living in a 160-year-old farmhouse on a construction site in Cavendish, and there was no shower or anything yet. I had an old pink tub, and I sit down at 5 o'clock every morning in this ice-cold tub and drizzle a little bit of water over my head, and then I'd go out and work for the whole day. And at 6 a.m. I had to be up and out to fuel the heaters, when, especially in the middle of the winter, before everybody got there. And then at night I had to fuel them at 6, go in, have a little nap, and then be back out at midnight. They needed to be done every 6 hours, and I was the guy on site. In the middle of all that, after the construction guys would leave the site, I'd be drawing up what we're doing the next day. I mean, there is no master plan for Shining Waters. The water slides are engineered, the tower in that area are engineered, the rides are all engineered separately, but the walkways, the plumbing, the restaurant buildings, everything else were hand drafted.
How important do you think it is to embrace entrepreneurship as far as the economic future of our island is concerned?
Look, if you think the government can employ every islander and that's our future, then, I'm going to heartily disagree with you. And I think we have to start looking in the exact opposite direction, and small business and entrepreneurship's part of that. But entrepreneurship's broader than just going out and starting a new business. And it's not just building a 36-acre amusement park. There's entrepreneurs can be involved in government to make it more efficient. And to me, entrepreneurship is taking ownership in whatever it is you're doing. And so I think we need more entrepreneurs in government and in public service. We need more entrepreneurs in large organizations to help keep them innovating. There's a lot of existing businesses on PEI that need to transition, and there's a huge entrepreneurial opportunity to take them on and innovate and make them more efficient, and maybe make some of the decisions that have been put off by an older ownership group that isn't willing to take some things on later in their career. And then yes, new business is great, innovation is great, but there's a lot of existing businesses and structures that can be made better, and entrepreneurship and the ability of people to own tasks, I think, is key to that. And so when I speak to UPEI, and if I get a chance to speak to the Atlantic Provinces Economic Council or the Entrepreneurship Forum up west or whatever it might be, there's been a lot of invitations, and I try to take as many of them as I can. It's, Google is great, but not everybody can do that from their basement, and there's only going to be so many of those stories. So concentrate on what you can do, what you are passionate about, and if you can find a career in that, then own your task and be an entrepreneur.